It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And up next is Demario Davis, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Mounties and the Monarchs on Thursday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one between the Toronto Mounties and the London Monarchs. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at the Londoners as they get ready here. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors from north of the border, they come in just in an absolute free-fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you got...
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he returns this to the 22. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. First carry for DeAndre Swift to the 43, second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on first down. Lloyd. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. When you look at this defense, it's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. A short one here, secured by the tight end, Waller. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And on now is the punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you've got that short week. But when a team...
And now off to the races, down the right side. And they rattle off a big one. 49 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Stroud. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Stroud on 3rd down now. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. But you look at this defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course. A pretty nice effort.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Malik Collins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Tannehill. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. are going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Coming back out to take the field, Mark Andrews and company. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route-running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them, no matter how many people are put in his direction. It just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. So they come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. Here's Stroud. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now here's Stroud. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's London with the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 23-yard line.
And Stroud now to throw. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver, and it's 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Stroud now on 3rd and 2. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So an interesting decision at this stage of the game to go for it. You think maybe that missed field goal earlier had anything to do with it?
If it did, I'm really surprised, because usually 1 miss is not enough to alter your game plan. My only thought is maybe he got hurt, or maybe they just understand that it's not his day for some other reason we don't know right now. But in general situations, you run him back out there and let him have another chance.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Now Tannehill. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Tannehill. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Here's Tannehill. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't let a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. To the air again, Tannehill. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Tannehill. Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Sanders' kick is good, and it's 3-0 here in the 2nd quarter. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
London about set to take over on offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Toronto's offense ready to take over.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill.
Checking this down to Stevenson.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 7. And the Toronto 1st down.
Tannehill now to throw. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Tannehill.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Gardner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
London about set to take over on offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Stroud on 3rd down now. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Stroud getting his offense to the line quickly.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
This offense back to work now late in this 1st half. And you wonder if they'll just take this 3-0 lead to the locker room.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He'll get this off to Swift.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Stroud out of the gun here.
Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Offside. Defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
A 58-yard attempt.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up, as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep the tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Play action. It's Tannehill.
He'll dump this down to Stevenson.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
In motion left, Bateman. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Now Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's got this down to the 35. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Stroud's throw on target to Godwin here.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Stroud looking to throw.
And this is incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Stroud. He finds Bateman over the middle.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
At the 6-yard line.
And Stroud now to throw.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Van Jefferson.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Monarchs have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
First down, Toronto.
Now Tannehill.
Got Stevenson again, back-to-back plays.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now it's Tannehill. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's Tannehill.
Throw out wide is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD. That's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And they bring their punter out there now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. They'll look to set up his blockers. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. London about set to take over on offense. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here's Stroud. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. These guys running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
A short throw caught by Andrews. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
And that will be incomplete.
Got to give credit to both defenses because they've been able to keep the points down. And despite that incompletion, I like the way he's playing. He's putting up decent numbers. What he has to do, find a way to make that sound read and hit that 1 home run before this one's over.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Tannehill.
Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now Tannehill. Able to find the open man. That's complete. It's a big play there on 3rd down. And even 40 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. To throw is Tannehill. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First down, Mounties.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw complete here to Waller.
So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Romero. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 11-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of a yard gets him back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 10 yards out.
And the Mounties put together a 4th-quarter drive to take the lead.
Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-7.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. London about set to take over on offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. First and 10, it's Stroud. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there was no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 41-yard line.
This is Swift on the counter. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Throwing now is Stroud. That is caught.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Call that a gain of 11.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch establish a drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Stroud sets up the play action. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
3rd and 1, Stroud. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Here's a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing again is Stroud. He'll get this off to Swift. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Swift going to try up the middle. But he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied 4th quarter as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Toronto's offense ready to take over. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Tannehill to throw. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because when the defense got it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here's Tannehill. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. On the handoff, Stevenson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. London about set to take over on offense. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. And now hang on here. Looks like we have an injured player. Yeah, Mark Andrews is in some discomfort.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Right back to Swift again on second down. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. On second down, Swift trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Well, come to the line now on a 3rd and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there? Because I was. I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The situation for them offensively as follows. Down 13-10, 20 seconds to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Tannehill. Complete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done.
And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on their defense. In fact, they probably went over there and asked for some help. Like, guys, we just don't have it in this one. Can you hook us up? And they did in a big way. Said, no problem. Put it on our shoulders. We'll carry you home. And they did exactly that.
So for London, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Toronto, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.